get to MLB?
Ooh, it's a good question. For those of you who don't know that answer, I never had an opportunity to play in the major leagues. I came up a little bit short. I got some games in the major league spring training, but I never played, where my man Lou and Nelly did. It was a dream of mine. I came up a tad bit short, but I remember telling Mike Thapman and Frank this one time. There are a lot of guys who get to the major leagues for a long time and sometimes for just a couple weeks, and they never get the experience to have a relationship like I do with this team. So although it was a dream of mine to play there for one day, I wouldn't trade my 8 years for one day in the big leagues for my 8 years here in Kentucky.
Cracker Jack making appearances. He tells a great story, though. He may not have made it to the show, but he hit against Major League pitching and played against Major Leaguers in a number of spring trainings, and one of his highlights was hitting against Mariano Rivera in spring training and drove into the warning track. And he got a hit against Roger Clemens down in Chicago. There is a rumor that the Yankees are trying to talk Ray Navarrete out of retiring and joining them. Yeah! And then Mariano Rivera wants to join the Long Island Ducks, so it's by the way, I think Mariano Rivera would be a great setup man to the Over Southeast. What do you think?
Next question. We're going to come over here.
This is for Ray and Nelly. Thanks for taking me in like a brother and hooking me up with everything all these years, and I appreciate it a lot. Ray, what do you think on coaching a team or anything? And Nelly, you gonna come back next season?
Come back! You've been awesome, man. I saw you last year, man. You came to every game. You were here. You die hard when we were going up and down. I appreciate that. Just like all the fans here. Giving you things that has nothing to do. You're a great kid. As far as coming back, you never know. I'm gonna play baseball. The opportunity presents itself for a higher level. Of course, I'll go, and we'll go from there. But this organization has always welcomed me, and we win. So.
Ryan, you know how we feel about you, man. Great kid, and that's what makes this so special for guys like us to play in a beautiful stadium and to get to know fans like you. We get to meet kids like you, and it makes it all worth it. As far as your question for me, I just got done playing my last game about 48 hours ago. I'm going to enjoy this moment, spend some time with my wife and my family, make some T-shirts, and if there's a team out there that's ever interested in me, I think I know a little bit about hitting. I'm going to love this game for the rest of my life, and since I can't put on the cleats anymore, if anyone needs me to flip some balls, I'll always keep an open mind, and I'm going to be a baseball player for the rest of my life, regardless how old I get, so we'll see what happens.
New clothing store in Fort Washington. Dig me. I would suggest you go check it out. It's a great store. My personal memory, 2006, for those who don't know, I was a bat boy for the Long Island Ducks. And Ray Navarrete, who just came to the Ducks, came up to me right before I went to Ithaca College and said, Mike, you got to put these flyers all up around Ithaca College. Give me the next biggest thing. And look where he is 8 years now. He's got a store in Fort Washington.
Which league was better, this one or MLB?
I think there's two different ways
to look at it. There's a lot of great things about being in the major leagues, and I think like Nelly was saying, you're a kid, you're trying to, that's your dream, that's your goal. But you know, I think like the relationships you form here in this league with the other players, the fans, you know, the staff, the front office. I mean, I haven't ever formed that before. I've never had those kind of relationships, and you know, that's something that I'll have the rest of my life. So, you know, I love this league, and you know, I was happy to be a part of it.
Before we give the next card, I'm going to go right over here.
This is for all the players. We have a lot of young kids here that are playing. Is there any advice you can give to them going forward?
Well, first of all, I like that there's a lot of interest, especially with you young players. Stick with it. One piece of advice that I can give is always hustle. Like Buddy was saying earlier, you know, run off the field, run on the field. You never know who's watching. You know, and if you're always hustling, you're always running to first base, you're always, you know, running in the gaps to go catch that ball, and you show that you're never going to give up. You know, if baseball's something that you want to do in the future, this can help you get into college. You know, if you want to play professional, people see that. You know, and just keep working hard, keep hustling, and give it everything you got. That's my piece of advice.
My thing is, sports in general really, I think, helps teach you discipline and, you know, learn how to work together and learn the understanding of the word no, because you're not always right, and you might think you know something and someone else you know, has more experience and they might know more, but the game of baseball is like life to me. You can hit a line drive and hit it as hard as you can and hit it right at somebody, or you can break your bat and it goes 10 feet and you can get a hit. So, like, you never know, and you have to just stay with it. And my dad always said, I can get anybody to try. I need you to do it. Just go out and do it. You know, make up your mind and do it. If someone tells you you can't, use it as ammunition, use it as fuel. You know, write it on the board. That's why people like chalkboard material in sports. You know, like, if someone tells me I can't do something, I'll make sure I try my best to do it.
We have one more question right over here. One more question right here, guys.
For Ray, how did you feel that home run in Somerset Game 5? There were so many Duck fans there, including myself, and we went crazy. It was just, me and my dad said before the game, Ray's going to do something big in this game.
Well, thank you for that question. I think you guys all saw my emotion. It's no secret I'm an emotional guy in life, but I try my best, like at least on the field for my career, not to, you know, show too much or get too crazy. But you know, this is it for me. And getting to playoffs was awesome, and you know, winning the first round, and you know, I always wanted to play Somerset, being a Long Island Duck. And for those who don't know, you know, I'm just a kid from Jersey. I grew up in Jersey, but I found my home and my family here in Long Island. And I always said the two best organizations really deserve to fight it out, you know, one year. And what better year than to be my last. I've had a long history at that stadium, and I lost a heartbreaker of a championship when I was in college. When I was at Seton Hall, I lost the Big East championship, and I made the last out. And I always said I want another shot. And you know, the big man upstairs works in funny ways, because we got to Game 5, and this team that has stood by me for so long decided to stand by me one more game. And I remember telling my wife in the morning and my boy Jamie Quinn, I said, I don't know what I'm going to do, but something's going to happen today. And it did, and it was the greatest home run celebration I've ever seen, because 25 guys turned from baseball players to football players. And we'll look back in the third championship and say, you know, that was a pretty cool moment. And you know, I'll never second base and third base. It was perfect, and I'm very grateful.
I know we didn't get to everybody, but you guys will be able to ask these guys any questions as well. We have 3 different things going on right now for the rest of our celebration. First, if you want to get autographs, pictures, anything like that with any of the guys up here, we're going to form a line on that side of the Duck Club. You guys are welcome to line up there and get any autographs and pictures that you like. We will also have an opportunity to take pictures with all 3 Atlantic League trophies that the Ducks have won. That is against the back wall on the other side of the Duck Club. You can line up against the windows on that side of the Duck Club to take pictures with the trophies. And finally, championship hats and championship t-shirts, the same one these guys wore